In Perlis, the probability of a person infected by the rabies virus is 0.1. It was discovered that 7% of those infected by rabies virus showed signs of fever, whereas 5% of those not infected by rabies virus showed signs of fever. So first thing first is we need to write down what is our event. So let us denote with the R. Okay, so if you can see here, the probability of a person infected by the rabies virus is 0.1. Okay, so I'm going to denote R, which is event of a person infected by the rabies virus. So if I put a complement of R, which is R prime or R bar, it means that the event of a person is not infected by the rabies virus. So another event is it was discovered that 70% of those infected by the rabies virus showed the signs of fever. Okay, so this is another event. We can denote with F, and it is the event of a person shows signs of fever. Okay, so we're done with the events. So the second thing we're going to do is let's draw a tree diagram. So the first branch, we're going to put R because the event of having sign of fever depends on the event of a person infected by the rabies virus. So on the first branch, we're going to put R, and another one is the complement of R. So for the second branch, we're going to use the F, where the event is the person shows the sign of fever. So I'm going to put F here. Okay, so this is the F prime. Now let's write down the outcome. So the first outcome is going to be RF, R, and the complements of F, complements of R and F, and complements of R and complements of F. So now let's read again. The probability of a person infected by the rabies virus is 0.1. So we're going to put the probability on the branch for having rabies virus or infected by rabies virus is 0.1. And if we have 1 minus 0.1, we're going to get 0.9 as the totals is 1. Okay. It was discovered that 70% of those infected by rabies virus, so this is an event that those are infected by rabies virus, 70% shows the signs of fever. So we're going to put 0.7, okay, because is event of F depend on this event of R. Whereas 5% of those not infected by rabies virus show the signs of fever. Those not infected by rabies virus is the complement of R and shows the signs of fever. This is shows signs of fever events, which is F, 0.05. Now let us complete our tree diagram. So here the total is 1, so we're going to put 0.3 because 0.7 plus 0.3 is 1. And for this branch, we're going to write down as 0.95 as the total of these two branches is 1. 0.05 plus 0.95 is 1. So now let's write down the probabilities. So we're going to multiply the branch. So this 0.1 will times with 0.7, which is 0.07. 0.1 times with 0.3, 0.03, 0.9 times with 0.05 is 0.0045, and 0.9 times 0.95 is 0.9 times 0.95 is 0.855. Let us check whether I got it right or wrong. So 0.9 times 0.05 is 0.0. Oops, there's no, just 1 0 there. Okay. Alright, let's add up all the probabilities, whether we're going to get 1 or not. 0.07 plus 0.03 plus 0.045 plus 0.855. So the total of the probability is 1. Now we complete our tree diagram. Now let us answer the first questions. What the question asks: find the probability of a person randomly selected from that country does not show any signs of fever. Okay, so we are looking for probability of the complements of F. Okay, so does not shows any signs of fever. So as we can see here, does not show any signs of fever is R, complement of F, which is 0.03, and complement of R, complement of F, which is 0.855. Okay, so let's just write down as probability of R, complement of F, plus probability of complement of R, complement of F, 0.03 plus 0.855, which is plus, so we're going to get 0.885. So that is the property of not showing any signs of fever. Now the second one, given that a person from Perlis does not shows any signs of fever, find the probability that he or she is free from rabies infections. So this word is the key word of conditional probability, the word given. Okay. So for the second question, we have probability. So if it's conditional probability, you have to have these kind of notations. Okay. Given. Okay. So what's the event again? The person from Perlis does not shows any signs of fever, which is the complement of F. So we're going to be at the back here. Okay. And what is the question? Find the probability that he or she is free from rabies infections. Okay. So free from rabies infection is the complements of R. So now, using the conditional probability, we know that if R, complement of R given complement of F, we can write down as probability of complement of R intersect with complements of F divide with the probability of complements of F. So from the questions or from the tree diagram, the complements of R and complement of F is 0.855. 0.855, and we already find the complements of F, which is 0.885. These are two different numbers, 0.855. This one is 0.885. Okay, so be careful. So let us divide these two. 0.855 divide with 0.885. Okay, so let us write down in fractions. We're going to get 57 over 59. So that's all.